guy.
Oh, he's grinding.
Alright, welcome back to NewZeroland. Today, I'm here with Emil and Jen, and we're going to do some drag racing. There's really fast bikes here today. It's going to be awesome. So this event is put on by Cliffhanger Promotions. They're the same people that did that sweet hill climb earlier this year. Cliffhanger t-shirt, how cool is that? Yeah, awesome. This one is also on a public road, but on a really straight part of the road that goes around the lake. So it's closed off, and today we're going to do standing quarter-mile runs and also flying quarter-mile runs, which I didn't even know was a thing. So you build up your speed and go as fast as you possibly can over the distance of about 3 kilometers, and they time the last quarter mile of that. So if there's anywhere to see what the Energica can do, it's here. And the Zero, can't forget about the Zero. Jen brought along the SR, so this event had 2 electric motorcycles in it. And even more unique is that Jen was the only woman racing. Emil, aka Keanu Reeves, brought his 210, which is really fast. There was a Frankenstein Honda with a turbo from a WRX, because why not? And that actually wasn't the only turbo bike there. A few Hayabusas, obviously. An absolutely sweet looking R1 owned by a guy named Julian who watches my videos, so it was awesome to meet him. There were some smaller bikes, a Ninja 300 and a 150 2-stroke. They're such an awesome group and everybody was so friendly. Anyway, you guys clicked on this to see drag racing, so let's cut straight to drag racing. Here was my first run on the Ego.
There, number 3 to go, alright? Whenever you're ready.
So unfortunately I wasn't able to start on a full charge. I got there with 92% on the dash, but that should have still been high enough to make good power. Unfortunately, as your battery percentage drops, so does your power. And I was told that once you get below 60%, you don't have the full 107 kilowatts anymore. So we'll see how many runs I get. Each run seemed to burn through 3 or 4%. On that first one I got a 12.19, which is pretty fast, but not nearly as fast as I expected. And here was Jen's first run on the Zero. She ran a 13.19, not too shabby for an almost 5-year-old bike. Here's the run from her point of view. There weren't any brakes like at track days, so we rode straight back and lined up to go again. That's what I like about these Cliffhanger events. I guess the only downside is that I don't have time to recharge between the runs, but at the same time we're in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like I can plug in anywhere. And I'm not going to use a diesel generator. What is this, long way up?
I understood that reference.
For this next run I turned regen off to see if that would make a difference, because I feel like having regen on limits my power for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but I heard you need to turn that off to launch a live wire, so I figured maybe it's the same for these. Anyway, it couldn't hurt. But you see these lights? Alright, so anytime these lights show up on the dash and go into the red, I can feel the power being limited. I'm pinning the throttle and I can feel these pauses in the acceleration. Maybe the traction control is kicking in? I should turn that off too. You guys want me to turn off all the rider aids, and I respect that.
How'd it go?
It was good.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's not the checkered line, right? The
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know if I'm supposed to keep holding or if that's it, because it seems really fast.
Have you been looking at your speed? So it's still only
the
140?
First time. So it was about 144 when I hit it the first time.
Okay.
But I don't know after that. I just
Okay.
was like,
That's cool.
don't let go. What speed do you get up to?
185 or something, yeah.
So we all did one more run, and these were our best times. Jen ran a 13.05, so close to breaking into the 12s. And me, I couldn't get below 12.17, which makes no sense at all because the same day, An ego rider over in California named Mike ran a 10.5. So what gives? After 3 of the standing quarter-mile runs, we followed the rest of the bikes way down the road to get ready for the top speed runs. The idea is you start on the other side of this bridge, build up speed in the turn, and try and hit your top speed before the starting line, and hold that until the finish. I think this was the part of the event that everybody was here for. Some of these guys hit over 300 on this road. The Ego should do 240. I've seen Lex do 240, so let's try this thing. I tucked down as much as I could, and as soon as I got on the straightaway, I pinned it. There was a huge bump right at the beginning and I smacked my helmet on the GoPro mount. But the bike kept accelerating until it got to 215 kilometers per hour. Then it just bounced between 214, 215 until the end. It's like it was hitting a limiter, but way too early. So I say again, what gives? Jen's run was more interesting though. So, you know how with gas bikes they advertise their horsepower number like 150 horsepower, but it's only at some ridiculously high RPM, like 150 horsepower at 15,000 RPM. But you're not making 150 horsepower until you get to 15,000. With electrics, you make that power right away, but the battery can't sustain peak power for this long. So Jen made it up to 154 and didn't let go of the throttle, but her speed started dropping before she even crossed the finish line. Obviously we had to try this again, so we turned around for another run.
I don't suppose I need a fire extinguisher for you guys because you don't catch on fire, do you?
Hopefully not. If we do, I'll just ride in the lake.
I moved my camera mount to the side of the tank so I could tuck down even further. But still, I hit a wall at 215. As fun as it was to legally go this fast on, just a country road, I should be able to go faster, and that bugs me. So I started thinking maybe my state of charge is too low. If you're below 80%, does your top speed decrease? Is this limited by the firmware? Am I too heavy? Is that it? Have I been eating too much imported cereal? Jen was still having a hard time hitting her top speed, and I couldn't get over 215. So we stopped for lunch to save our range for more standing quarter-mile runs later. Zero SR, powered by chips. Louder than the bike. Gotta get some food. Food time. Affordable, wholesome, epic, sweet ass. Onto it. Mobile Eats. Awesome.
I'm just like... You'll be in 6th gear by the time you get there, right? Okay. Making sure I'm more like my 1 gear.
So he was redlining in 6th gear. Wow, that's fast. Oh yeah, muffin me. Oh yeah.
Still figure out which bike they are.
Yeah. This video is sponsored by NewZeroland. Actually, it kind of is sponsored by NewZeroland because it's sponsored by you guys. Everybody who bought stickers. Actually, now's a good time to share some photos of all you awesome people. This is Hator. I know I'm still pronouncing your name wrong, sorry bro. This is the guy that sent me his stock mirror. Thanks for the awesome sticker placement idea. Chuck, looking good man. This guy Chuck has owned probably more zeros than almost anybody, and put his sticker in a similar spot. And if you want to see what's possible when you order this many stickers, Lex, man, you completely blew my mind with this one. I can't tell you how honored I am. Definitely check out Lex Summers' channel for awesome Energica content. John, thanks again for the support. John shoots really cool videos on his Zero, so I'll link that below. Check him out. Here's another Zero rider named Rick. Thanks for being a guinea pig and ordering a hoodie. This is Nigel, just across the pond in Australia. Corney, I have no idea how to say her name, sorry man, but sweet SRS. Even my bucket racer buddy Sam bought some merch. And Dominic, you're a legend. This guy seemed to order one of everything. Look at that sweet beanie. Anyway, you guys are awesome, and I just wanted to make sure that you know that Any profit I make off selling all this merch goes straight back into motorcycle events like this. I'm spending it all on these videos. Thanks for ordering all the t-shirts and beanies and hoodies. We have beanies now.
Leaving comments.
Yeah, thanks everybody sponsoring our racing today.
I was going so fast that I dragged both knees at the same time.
I love your bike.
The true meaning of drag racing.
Just hitting 277.
After lunch we had a few more runs and I let Jen go in front of me. Check out this launch. By now the Energica was down to 57%, so these runs weren't about setting great times, it was just about having fun. We did 6 of these standing quarter-mile runs in total, and our times were all about the same. Low 12s for me and really low 13s for Jen, which shows how consistent your launches can be with electrics. But I still have no idea why I was going so slow. Whatever the reason, this is still pretty cool, right? Every once in a while I need to take a step back and realize that a motorcycle with no gas can go this fast. And getting reactions from all the people in the pits, walking around, checking out the bikes, just reminds me of how special this is. As usual, for a lot of these people, these are the first electric motorcycles they've ever seen. So competing at all is pretty impressive.
What was that?
Yeah, 154 again.
Oh, cool. I took off and my visor was up. I'm like, Oh, you've done that too, eh? You took off with your visor up? On the previous runs, the first, like, 2 of them. Yeah.
Wheelie! Snappy! Oh yeah. In case you're wondering what a 10.5 second quarter mile looks like, here's Emil doing that on his Tuana. This means going really fast. Your number starts falling off. Alright, well, that was just shooting an outro video. I don't even know what to say really. Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yeah, Emil went very fast. 10-second bike. Jen almost cracked into the 12s. I was in the 12s all day and I'm not happy about it. But you know, it's just how it goes. So just gonna have to try again. The next Cliffhanger event is next year and it's gonna be the hill climb, so can't wait for that. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.